So the breaking news from the world of Formula One last night was this legend Dr. Steiner has left Haas F1 team, has left his world's team principal at Haas after 8 years. After 8 years at Haas, well, when Haas first came to F1, but he's been at Haas for 10 years, hasn't he? Before their entry into F1 in 2016. And my reaction to this news is it's probably not a surprise, to be honest with you. If you watch Try to Survive and all of that, you can tell he was getting frustrated with Haas, to be honest with you. Haas are the worst team on the grid. And I think they've been the worst team on the grid because it's just Haas have just not progressed like Steiner would have liked, to be honest with you. And you can see obviously Steiner's frustrations with the team, like especially in trying to survive as well, especially with the drivers like Mazepin, Clauson Magnussen when they crossed into each other as well. They had a lot of moments, didn't they? There was one where Kevin Magnussen, where they spotted both drivers, and Kevin Magnussen, I think he smashed the door or something, and Steiner wasn't happy with that either. So he is a legend, Steiner, in terms of trying to survive, isn't he? Because he says it how it is. He says it how it is. He takes no bullshit. He takes no bullshit as well. And but it is sad. It is sad to see him leave. Because he is a bit touter, and a bit touter. I'd love to see him as a pundit on F1, that his opinion on the other drivers as well. His opinion on other drivers and other teams as well. And they are an American-based team, Haas, so I don't think the future for Haas and F1 shouldn't be a worry because F1 is run by Americans, so they want to keep an American team in there. But yeah, it's sad. It is sad, to be fair. It is sad, but he's a bit talented. But I don't blame him. Whatever has happened, I think it said with immediate effect. So something's clearly happened. There's clearly been a chat between him and the team over something. And I'm not shocked there's a pretty chat, to be honest with you. They're the worst team on the grid. They're the worst team on the grid, and they probably shouldn't be the worst team on the grid, to be honest with you. And they would have expected better progress as well. In the 8 years, they've been in Formula 1 as well. I'm not saying they should have been chancing for the top, but there should have been like an AlphaTauri, for example, who were battling for like the 7th place in the Formula 1 constructors. At a team like that, there should be like the 7th best team. You look at Williams now. Williams were the worst team on the grid for a few years, and now look at them. They progressed massively. They progressed massively under James Vowles as well. But with Haas, I just don't think there's ever been any progress at Haas. They're just sustained at being the worst team on the grid for me, Haas in my opinion. So I don't blame Steiner for leaving. He's been there for like 8 years now. I think it was always on a turn for Steiner, wasn't it? Where it was either going to be this year, was either going to be his last year, which has now proved to be his last year. Well, I say 2023 proved to be his last year as a team principal, as he's now decided to leave. And yeah, and it's going to be interesting now. Will Haas now all of a sudden progress? Now Steiner's yet? Or will they sustain that being the worst team on the grid? I think they will sustain that being the worst team on the grid still, to be honest with you. I mean, the driver lineup is not bad, is it? It's not bad on paper. Nico Hulkenberg and Kevin Magnussen. I just don't know why they're the worst team on the grid. Especially with that lineup, there should be at least 7th or 8th best team on the grid, you would think, wouldn't you? Because on paper, you say that's actually quite a decent lineup. Hulkenberg and Magnussen, but this has never had a tar, have they? There's never had a tar, and this is not progress at all. So something's here not right, but anyways, feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. That's my live reaction. Well, not my live reaction, but that's my reaction to the breaking news from Formula 1 yesterday. Guenther, Steiner, even Haas, which probably shocked a lot of people. Like, a lot of people didn't see that coming, but it shouldn't be a surprise with the way Haas are in F1, and Steiner's probably had enough now. Probably had enough of putting all his work into Haas and have not progressed at all in the 8 years of being in Formula 1. So, feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Guenther, Steiner, yes, Haas F1 team. That's the breaking news from Formula 1 yesterday.